Again, I'm going to get to the scam that is our college system in just a second, because that's what underlies all of this. Joe Biden is upholding that scam. Now, Joe Biden says that he's going to hold colleges accountable. How is he holding colleges accountable? By giving them money? He's not clawing back tuition from these colleges. He's not going to these scam little universities that exist in low-income communities, prying money out of gullible people in order to give them a crap degree in hairdressing. He's not going and prying that money back from those people. He's not doing that. He's not sticking his DOJ on these organizations. He's not doing any of that sort of stuff. He is paying them. You understand that when he helicopters cash to relieve loans, what he is doing is driving up the price. He's driving up demand. He's driving up their profit margin. That is what Joe Biden's doing. He's paying off these places. Here's Joe Biden.
Holding colleges accountable for jacking up costs without delivering value to students. We've all heard of those schools luring students with the promise of big paychecks when they graduate, only to watch these students be ripped off and left with mountains of debt. And my predecessors looked the other way, for some reason, good reason, to do anything about this fraud. My administration is taking it on. For example, last week the Department of Education fired a college accreditor that allowed colleges like ITT and Carinthia to defraud borrowers. And combined with our emergency actions, the Public Service Forgiveness Program and other actions we've taken, we've been able to cancel more than $32 billion in student debt for 1.6 million borrowers, including those defrauded by these bad acts in schools.
Okay, what he is doing is actually driving up, again, he is driving up the profitability of these organizations. He can sporadically claim that he's going after ITT Tech, or he can sporadically claim that he's going after this local hairdressing university. But on a broad national level, when you subsidize people to go to these places, what you are doing is making them more profitable. And then, of course, Joe Biden says we're not done. We need even more free college. Right? 12 years of free education in the United States isn't enough. We need 16 years of free education. Now, here's the thing. There are many places all over the world that actually do subsidize college. But one of the things they do in order to subsidize college is they start tracking you in junior high, in high school. They start moving you into a field of study that is likely to lead to a job. They are not interested on the government level in subsidizing your aspirations and dreams to be the next Andy Warhol or the next J-Lo. That is not in their mode of interest. Instead, what they are attempting to do is prepare you for the workforce. But that is not what Joe Biden is talking about. When he says everybody should have a college degree, what he means is you should be able to study anything you want, and then no matter what you study, you should be able to earn $200,000 a year. And then if that doesn't work out for you, we're going to relieve your debt. Why does he say this? Because his entire Democratic coalition is low-income people and college-educated white ladies. That is his entire Democratic coalition. And who do you think he's attempting to appeal to here? That is the whole predicate for this policy. Here is Joe Biden, again, subsidizing the biggest scam in American education.
When America made 12 years of public education universal in the last century, we became, not figuratively, literally, the best educated public in the world, and better prepared than any other nation. And I would argue that it's one of the reasons why we were so successful, and have been so successful. But as you've all observed, other nations have caught up. In the 21st century, in my view, I think the vast majority of Americans, 12 years of universal education is not enough. And we're going to be outcompeted by the rest of the world if we don't take action.
We're going to be outcompeted unless we start relieving student loan debt for people who, didn't finish college or didn't get a degree that was capable of earning them out on their loans. That's what's going to do it. Because here's the thing, America has a bifurcated higher education system. When it comes to STEM, we are really, really good. People from all over the world are still coming to top American colleges and universities in order to learn. Okay, and then there's the rest of the university system, which is, I keep saying scam because it really is. What you have to understand about the way that colleges work in the United States is we have been, since 1950, in the process of basically saying to most Americans that the baseline degree in order to hold a job is a college degree, and that is a massive mistake. All that you have done is taken a bunch of jobs that don't require a college degree and now force people to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans and debt in order to get a job that does not require them to go to four-year university. In 1950, 7.3% of American men and 5.2% of American women went to college. In 1980, that number was 21% of men and 13% of women, a nearly threefold increase. As of 2019, 35.4% of men had gone to college, so had 36.6% of women. So why exactly is that necessary? Is that because everything went into the service industry? Or is it because if you try to get a secretarial job now that would not have required a college degree in, say, 1960, you now have to have a 4-year bachelor's? Everything requires a college degree now. And here at my company, by the way, we don't do this, right? If you can show work experience, very often we'd rather have the work experience than the college degree. I went to UCLA and Harvard Law School. Both of my business partners never graduated from college. One never even won. And because the reality is that success in American life should not be reliant on receiving a credential from a top university where basically you learn to speak woke, where you learn how to put pronouns in your Twitter bio. But that's the entire goal here. This credentialism has largely come at the expense of blue-collar people, many entrepreneurial people who would have been better off just getting an apprenticeship in a particular business. Because here's the reality, and every employer knows this. When you get a kid straight out of college, you get two things. One, you know their IQ, because you know where they went to college, right? That's all college is. It's a giant organizational feeding system. I would be better off in many cases just looking at the SAT score of people coming out of high school than I would them coming out of college. I know if they come out of college, two things. Where they went to college, which means their IQ, and two, that they have no idea how to do the job I'm about to put in front of them. Because no one in human history has been qualified to do a job coming out of college before doing the job. The way that you learn to do a job in the United States is by actually doing the job. All we have done is delay, for most people coming out of college, the actual business of getting on with their life by 4 years while they party and drink. That's true for everyone in the liberal arts. I'm a liberal arts guy. I went to poli-sci major at UCLA, and let me just tell you, it was a completely useless degree. It was useful only in getting me to law school. And when it came to Harvard Law School, I can tell you that year 1 was useful, year 2 was less useful, and year 3 was a complete waste of time designed to drive up debt. So I had to work in a major law firm and pay it off. Okay, that's what it was. And everybody knows the scam. Everybody inside the system knows the scam. There's a study from Harvard Business School professors Joseph Fuller and Maniari Raymond in 2017 finding that degree inflation is undermining U.S. competitiveness and hurting America's middle class. Right, degree inflation, the notion that you must have a degree to get X job when you really didn't need the degree for X job. Fuller and Raymond explained postings for many jobs traditionally viewed as middle skills jobs, those that require employees with more than a high school diploma but less than a college degree, in the United States now stipulate a college degree as a minimum education requirement. Our analysis indicates that more than 6 million jobs are currently at risk of degree inflation. That was in 2017. It's gotten much worse. And the people it's predominantly hurting are blue-collar people, minority people, people who may not have gotten a great high school education. Those are the people who are getting absolutely slammed. The demand for college graduates is leading to a massive increase in the number of Americans pursuing postgraduate degrees, right? Because if you go to college and college is the new high school, well, this means that postgrad is the new college. If you want to work as a teacher, you now need a master's in ed. So the credentialing and the inflation of the credentialing is now continuing across time, delaying people getting into the workforce, forcing them to earn more and more degrees. The number of Americans over 25 with a master's degree doubled between 2000 and 2018. 13.1% of people have a postgraduate degree as of 2018. And again, this doesn't mean that they are better qualified than if they had skipped college in the first place. Because the reality is that only by working a job do you actually get good at the job. This doesn't mean that nobody should go to college. If you're majoring in STEM, if you're majoring in medicine, if you're majoring in math, you should go to college. If you're preparing for a law degree and you need the pre-law in order to get the law degree, better system, you just go directly into law when you're 18 years old, but if you're not going to do that, then perhaps you have to get the degree. But the notion that everyone has to go to college is a complete, ridiculous nonsense principle. It's stupid, and it's bad, and it's bad for America. And what this means is that we now have a completely bifurcated economy, right? Your ticket to admission to the economy is now an inflated college degree, driven by a left-wing institutional bias in favor of people who go to these colleges. And so if you want to get a job, you have to go to these colleges. Between December 2007 and December 2009, which was the Great Recession, college graduates actually increased their employment by 187,000 jobs. Everyone else lost jobs during that period. So what do you think people are going to do? You've created an entire incentive structure for people to go to college. So people go, they take out debt, and then many of them shouldn't be in college in the first place. Many of them drop out. And then many of them don't earn the sort of income they thought they were going to earn. And then Joe Biden, generous Joe, Santa Claus Joe, and the Democratic Party, they step in and they say, unconstitutionally, we are now going to pay off that debt, which of course exacerbates the system and makes it worse. It continues to drive up the price. It continues to drive the credentialing craze. It continues to drive middle-class people out of this market. It's insane. The bad Adult Board the culture is heating up. We here at the Daily Wire are making some big moves. So be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell because you're not going to want to miss a single moment.